I can name the stream later. I tried to go live, messed it up. Now I'm live again. Rhea, what are you doing? What are you doing, baby? What are you doing, you silly? Rhea, honey, you need to calm down, baby. I thought you were gonna be napping. Anyway, am I actually live? Okay, good. Rhea, people are supposed to be seeing you, baby. Hi. Anyway. Oh, will it let me? Oh, it will let me. Hi, Rhea, who's a good girl. And time to send the stream to my other friend. Okay, Rhea, are you going to cooperate or not? Because, oh, now that I'm home, you're all energetic, huh? Is that how it's working? Okay. I I see how it is. Hi, honey. What are you doing? Are you a good girl? Are you a good baby? Can you calm down for maybe like however long it takes for me to read the chapter of Serviceberry? Can you do that for me? You know, you have a tendency to get zoomies when I'm home. You were just laying down and it was all nice. And then you didn't. I wish I had a cat toy to dangle while I read. Anyways, um, still kind of uh setting up here, I guess. Um, okay. I don't know if anybody's actually watching, but Rhea, how you doing? The stream is supposed to be reading with Rhea, not without Rhea. You silly. Do you want a treat? Oh no, you're gonna munch on some food. Are you gonna drink some water? What? What you meowing about, baby? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter, baby honeys? I apologize for the awkward mound. Ugh. Let me see if I can't attempt to. Hi, honey. Oh, it's because one of my stuffed animals is. That would explain it. Hey, baby. Who's a good girl? Okay, let's. I'm going to move the camera slightly. Hi, baby. I should have cleaned up my bed more before doing this, but. Oh well. What? What's the matter?
You want somebody to play with? Is that what's going on? You want to play rather than relax and get ready for fucking bed? Because it's 11 o'clock at goddamn night? Hmm? Would you rather I like sit with you? Would you rather I do that? Is that what's happening? You want me to sit next to you? Okay. Well, let me get my work clothes off, I guess. Oh, now you're chilling. Okay. Ugh. Let me just announce to my friends that I am streaming. Yes, I know. No, baby. Are you a good girl? Yeah. Are you a good girl? Okay. You do not need to sniff everything under the sun, you know. You know what? Fuck it. We're putting Stitch down. Putting down a Stitch for y'all to look at. It was supposed to be reading with Rhea, but no. Story time with Stitch now, bitches. Oh, now you're coming. Reading with Rhea and story time with Stitch. Okay. Oh, good. Somebody's watching. Or is it just me? Speak in the chat if you are a human. Or not human. What? What matter? What matter? You know what? I'm gonna clean up the clean this up. Okay, where am I putting this? I'm putting this I guess here for now. There we go. And I guess I will readjust so that y'all aren't awkwardly looking at my outlet. Yeah, Rhea. This is who everybody's watching now. Because you keep running around. Okay, fine. People can look at both of y'all. There's Stitch. There is Miss Rhea. Okay, bitches. It's story time. So, I wrote this last stream. Well, not last stream, but like, you know, I think the stream before. It's a little awkward with my outlet there, but you know what? It's fine. Rhea, what you doing, baby? Of course, now that I'm home from work, my cat is all energetic. She was laying down on the bed right when I came home from work, but no. Anyway, let's start reading. So, I'm reading the Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Real good book. Really good book. It's got beautiful art. Yeah, you like the book, baby? You like the book, Miss Rhea? They did a good book. Yeah, you like it? Are you gonna lay down by Stitch? Yeah, that's Stitch. He's really big and heavy. He's weighted. My friend Luna gave me him. Oh, okay. Hi, Rhea. What doing? What doing? Hi, honey. Okay, I better start reading before my phone battery gets too bad. Okay. If y'all want to hear the intro and stuff, go watch like 2 streams ago. But anyway, the Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kimmerer. All flourishing is mutual. Chapter 1. The cool breath of evening slips off the wooded hills, displacing the heat of the day. And with it comes the birds, as eager for the cool as I am. They arrive in a flock of calls that sound like laughter, and I have to laugh back with the same delight. They are all around me, cedar waxwings and catbirds, and a flash of bluebird iridescence. I have never felt such a kinship to my namesake, Robin, as in this moment when we are both stuffing our mouths with berries and chortling with happiness. The bushes are laden with fat clusters of red, blue, and wine purple in every stage of ripeness. So many, you can pick them by the handful. I'm glad I have a pail, and it's getting pretty heavy. The birds carry their berries in buckets of their bellies and wonder if they will be able to fly with so much cargo. This abundance of berries feels like a pure gift from the land. I have not earned, paid for, nor labored for them. There is no mathematics of worthiness that reckons I deserve them in any way. And yet, here they are. Are you playing with Stitch? Rhea, what you doing? You silly. You silly. Alright. Hold on. Okay. I'll start over from the paragraph. This abundance of berries feels like a pure gift from the land. I have not earned, paid for, nor labored for them. There is no mathematics of worthiness that reckons I deserve them in any way. And yet, here they are, along with the sun and the air and the birds and the rain, gathering in towers of cumulonimbi, a distant storm building. You could call them natural resources or ecosystem services, but the robins and I know them as gifts. We both sing gratitude with our mouths full. Part of my delight comes from their unexpected presence. I never imagined that I could pick them here. The local native serviceberries, Amelanchier arborea, have small, hard fruits which tend toward dryness, and only once in a while is there a tree with sweet offerings. The bounty in my bucket today is a western species, A. alnifolia, known as Saskatoons, planted by my farmer neighbors, Polly and Ed. This is their first bearing year, and they produce berries with an enthusiasm that matches my own. Saskatoon, Juneberries, shadbush, shadblow, sugarplum, serviceberries. These are among the many names for Amelanchier. Ethnobotanists know that the more names a plant has, the greater its cultural importance. The tree is beloved for its fruits, for medicinal use, and for the early froth of flowers that whiten woodland edges at the first hint of spring. Serviceberry is known as a calendar plant. So faithful it is to seasonal weather patterns, its bloom is a sign that the ground has thawed. In this folklore, this was the time that mountain roads became passable for circuit preachers who arrived to conduct church services. It is also a reliable indicator to fisherfolk that the shad are running upstream, or at least it was back in the day, when rivers were clear and free enough to support the spawning of shad. Calendar plants, like Serviceberry, are important for synchronizing the seasonal rounds of traditional indigenous people who move in an annual cycle through their homelands to where the foods are ready. Instead of changing the land to suit convenience, they change themselves. Eating with the seasons is a way of honoring abundance by going to meet it when and where it arrives. A world of produce warehouses and grocery stores enables the practice of having what you want when you want it. We force the food to come to us at considerable financial and ecological costs, rather than following the practice of taking what has been given to us, each in its own time. These service berries were not coerced, and their carbon footprint is nothing. Maybe that's why they taste so good. They come only this time of year, these ephemeral sips of summer, without the aftertaste of harm. The name Serviceberry comes not from its service, but from a very old version of its rose family name, Sorbus, which became Sarvis, and hence Service. While the name did not derive from its benefits, the plant does provide a myriad of goods and services, not only to humans but to many other citizens. It supports biodiversity. Shad bush is a preferred browse of deer and moose, a vital source of early pollen for newly emerging insects, and host to a suit of butterfly larvae, like tiger swallows, viceroys, admirals, and hairstreaks, and berry feasting birds who rely on those calories in breeding season. Human people, too, rely on those calories, especially in traditional indigenous food practices. Service berries were a critical ingredient in the making of pemmican. The dried berries, along with dried venison or bison, were pounded into a fine powder, bound with rendered fat, and solidified into the original energy bars. This highly concentrated preserved food provided full nutritional sustenance through seasons of hunger, was easily transportable, and could be cached or carried. Pemmican became part of the traditional trade economy, a sophisticated local and transcontinental network that distributed vital materials across ecosystems and cultures. Surplus surface berry calories could be exchanged for other goods not locally available. Service berries are part of indigenous foodways wherever they grow. I am a member of the Potawatomi Nation, which is one of the Anishinaabe peoples of the Great Lakes region. I've had the privilege of eating syrupy, purpled compotes of service berries at traditional feasts, which have primed my taste buds and my memories of this ancestral food. Potawatomi, in Potawatomi, it is called bozakmin, which is a superlative, the best of the berries. I feel one on my tongue and agree with my ancestors on the rightness of that name. I imagine a fruit that tastes like a blueberry crossed with the satisfying heft of an apple, a touch of rose water, and a minuscule crunch of almond flavor seeds. They taste like nothing a grocery store has to offer. Wild, complex, with a flavor that your body recognizes as the real food it's been waiting for. I can almost feel my mitochondria doing a happy dance when I eat them. For me, the most important part of the word, bozakmin, is min, the root for berry. It appears in our Potawatomi words for blueberry, minan, strawberry, odemin, raspberry, mis, miskadismin, even apple, mishimin, maize, mandamin, and wild rice, manomin. That word is a revelation because it is also the root word for gift. In naming the plants who shower us with goodness, we recognize that these are gifts from our plant relatives, manifestations of their generosity, care, and creativity. James Vukolich, an Anishinaabe linguist, teaches that these plant gifts are, quote, a manifestation of unconditional love that plants have for people, end quote. Plants offer whatever they have to whoever needs it, saint and sinner alike, he writes. I can't help but gaze at them, these shiny gems cupped in my hand, and breathe out my thanks. In the presence of such gifts, gratitude is the intuitive first response. This gratitude flows toward our plant elders and radiates to the rain, to the sunshine, to the improbability of bushes spangled with morsels of sweetness in a world that can be bitter. In the Anishinaabe worldview, it's not just fruits that are understood as gifts, rather, all of the sustenance that the land provides, from fish to firewood. Everything that makes our lives possible. The splints for baskets, roots for medicine, the trees whose bodies make our homes, and the pages of our books, is provided by the lives of more than human beings. This is always true, whether it's harvested directly from the forest or whether it's mediated by commerce and harvested from the shelves of a store. It all comes from the earth. When we speak of these not as things or natural resources or commodities, but as gifts, our whole relationship to the natural world changes. In a traditional Anishinaabe economy, the land is the source of all goods and services, which are distributed in a kind of gift exchange. One life is given in support of another. The focus is on supporting the good of the people, not only an individual. Receiving a gift from the land is coupled to attached responsibilities of sharing, respect, reciprocity, and gratitude, of which you will be reminded. This kind of gratitude is not so much more than a polite thank you, not an automatic ritual of manners, but a recognition of indebtedness that can stop you in your tracks. It brings you the realization that your life is nurtured from the body of Mother Earth. With my fingers sticky with berry juice, I'm reminded that my life is contingent upon the lives of others, without whom I simply would not exist. Water is life, food is life, soil is life, and they become our lives through the paired miracles of photosynthesis and respiration. All that we need to live flows through the land. It is not an empty metaphor that we call her Mother Earth. Food in our mouths is the thread that connects us in a relationship simultaneously spiritual and physical, as our bodies get fed and our spirits nourished by a sense of belonging, which is the most vital of foods. And here is some beautiful art. It is I love the illustration of this book. In fact, I think I might have missed. Aha! In the beginning of chapter 1, I forgot to show y'all this bird. Like I said, it is very beautifully illustrated. And hello there, Miss Rhea. Are you listening? Yeah, baby? Are you a good girl? Okay. Ah, frick, where was I? Yeah, no. Okay. Ah, there we go. I have no claim to these berries, and yet here they are in my bucket. A gift. This pail of June berries represents hundreds of gift exchanges that led up to my blue-stained fingers. The maples who gave their leaves to the soil, the countless invertebrates and microbes who exchanged nutrients and energy to build the humus in which a serviceberry seed could take root, the cedar waxwing who dropped the seed, the sun, the rain, the early spring flies who pollinated the flowers, the farmer who wielded the shovel to tenderly settle the seedlings. They are all parts of the gift exchange by which everyone gets what they need. Many indigenous peoples, including my Anishinaabe relatives and my Haudenosaunee neighbors, inherit what is known as a culture of gratitude, where lifeways are organized around recognition and responsibility for earthly gifts, both ceremonial and pragmatic. Our oldest teaching stories remind us that failure to show gratitude dishonors the gift and brings serious consequences. If you dishonor the beavers by taking too many, they will leave. If you waste the corn, you'll go hungry. Enumerating the gifts you've received creates a sense of abundance, the knowing that you already have what you need. Recognizing enoughness is a radical act in an economy that is always urging us to consume more. Data tell the story that there are enough food calories on the planet for all 8 billion of us to be nourished, and yet people are starving. Imagine the outcome if we each took only enough rather than far more than our share. The wealth and security we seem to crave could be met by sharing what we have. Eco-psychologists have known that the practice of gratitude puts brakes on hyperconsumption. The relationships nurtured by gift thinking diminish our sense of scarcity and want. In that climate of sufficiency, our hunger for more abates and we take only what we need in respect for the generosity of the giver. Climate catastrophe and biodiversity loss are the consequences of unrestrained taking by humans. Might cultivation of gratitude be part of the solution? Polly is surprised, too, that I know these berries since they are new to most people around here. As a forager, I'm accustomed to following the voices of cedar waxwings, only to find a disappointing handful that they have left me. Never have I seen so many as here, planted by my friend. She's excited to learn that they are an important cultural food for us, and I can see how my delight levitates her too. If our first response to the receipt of gifts is gratitude, then our second is reciprocity, to give a gift in return. What could I give these plants in return for their generosity? I could return the gift with a direct response like weeding or bringing water or offering a song of thanks that sends appreciation out on the wind. I could make a habitat for the solitary bees that fertilize those fruits. Or maybe I could take indirect action, like donating to my local land trust so that more habitat for the gift givers will be saved, speaking at a public hearing on land use, or making art that invites others to the web of reciprocity. I could reduce my carbon footprint, vote on the side of healthy land, advocate for farmland preservation, change my diet, hang my laundry in the sunshine. We live in a time when every choice matters. Gratitude and reciprocity are the currency of a gift economy, and they have the remarkable property of multiplying with every exchange, their energy concentrating as they pass from hand to hand, a truly renewable resource. Can we imagine a human economy with a currency which emulates the flow from Mother Earth? A currency of gifts? When I speak about reciprocity as a relationship, let me be clear. I don't mean a bilateral exchange in which an obligation is incurred and can then be discharged with a reciprocal payment. I mean keeping the gift in motion in a way that is open and diffuse so that the gift does not accumulate and stagnate but keeps moving, like the gift of berries through an ecosystem. We ecologists think about the currency of ecosystems in terms of biogeochemistry, the cycling of life's materials between the living and the not. The berries make a satisfying plunk in my bucket. It's worth thinking about what they are made of as the pail gets heavier. Though serviceberries contain both elemental materials like carbon and nitrogen, and the energy stored in the sweet sugars. To understand this natural economy and apply it to our own, we have to remember that materials and energy move differently through an ecosystem. Materials like carbon and nitrogen and phosphorus, the essential elements of life, cycle through an ecosystem, endlessly changing form as they are passed along. Let's follow the carbon in that Saskatoon. The leaves of the tree drew carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which they made into sugar via the brilliant mechanism of photosynthesis. The gift of the atmosphere now resides in the berry. When the cedar waxwings gobble it up, some of that carbon becomes the feathers that paint a yellow band on its tail. Which flashes in the afternoon light. When that feather falls to the ground, it becomes food for beetles, who become food for a vole, whose death feeds the soil, who feeds the serviceberry seedling, just germinating at the edge of the woods. 20% battery left on my phone. Wahoo. All right. Let's see. Who feeds the serviceberry seedling just germinating at the edge of the woods. Materials move through ecosystems in a circular economy and are constantly transformed. Abundance is created by recycling, by reciprocity. This recycling proceeds at different paces. Sometimes it is as quick as minutes, like a molecule of phosphorus dancing between water and a spinning cell of virid green algae. That algae takes up the phosphorus into its body, which is eaten by zooplankton a few minutes later, and they excrete the mineral back into the water, where another algae is happy to have it. Other cycles proceed more slowly. Sometimes the minerals get squirreled away in long-term storage, like nitrogen immobilized in a tree trunk for 300 years. But it always comes back into circulation. The juice that bursts from these berries was rain just last week and is already on its way back to the clouds. These processes are the models for principles of a circular economy, in which there is no such thing as waste, only starting materials. Abundance is fueled by constantly circulating materials, not wasting them. Energy, however, is a different story. While chemical materials can recycle in an ecosystem, energy flows in one inevitable direction. Even though it can be temporarily stored, it always moves on, thanks to the laws of thermodynamics. The sun's energy, stored in the chemical bonds of a serviceberry, will fuel the trilling voices of the waxwings, but will eventually be dissipated as heat emanating from the warm feathered body. Energy cannot ever be completely recycled. It gets used up in the thermodynamic inefficiency of energy transfer among beings. Therefore, energy must be constantly replenished to fuel the flow. I have solar panels on my roof, and my life is as thoroughly solar-powered as they are. Is it any wonder that the sun has always been revered as the source of life? I suppose in an industrial economy, production is the source of the flow, rooted in human labor and the conversion of earthly gifts to commodities, but so often that production is at the cost of great destruction. When an economic system actively destroys what we love, isn't it time for a different system? Some powerful feminist thinkers call us to remember that gift giving is among the most primal of human relationships. Each of us begins our life as the recipient in what Genevieve Vaughan has called a maternal gift economy, the flow of goods and services from mother to newborn. When the mother nurses her child, the boundary of the individual self becomes permeable, and the common good is the only one that matters. The maternal gift economy is a biological imperative. There is no meritocracy or earning of sustenance. Mothers do not sell their milk to their babies. It is pure gift, so that life can continue. The currency of this economy is the flow of gratitude, the flow of love, literally in support of life. By analogy, can the sustenance from the breast of Mother Earth be understood as a maternal gift economy? These feminist thinkers argue that giving and taking in this sense are a fundamental way of caring for each other without the intervention of states or markets. Scholars like Miki Kashtan are exploring how the philosophy and practice of a maternal gift economy might move social organization towards justice, and sustainability. If the sun is the source of flow in the economy of nature, what is the sun of a human gift economy? The source that constantly replenishes the flow of gifts? Maybe it is love. And with that, that was chapter 1 of the Serviceberry. Oh, it only lasted about 35 minutes. Nice. Due to a low battery, I will most likely read chapter 2 tomorrow. Well, that was story time with Stitch, or reading with Rhea. Hi, Rhea. Are you a good girl? Oh, look at her. She baby. She's my baby. For those of you who like wrestling, she's named after Rhea Ripley. Because my ex and I liked wrestling. Another name contender was Marceline, after Marceline the Vampire Queen. Or Ender, after Enderman. Because they're like my favorite mob. Oh, there's 2 watching. Hello. I have no idea who's watching. If you want to say hi in the chat. Can I edit the... Wait, I can edit the video while... Hold on. Oh, shit. I can change this stream name. Yay! Okay, yay. Okay, and save. Changes saved. Okay, now does that mean that if I go back, will that mean... Hey! See, I'm learning how to do YouTube streams from mobile, like literally as I'm doing this. Because for a little bit we can watch Rhea cleaning herself, like the princess that she is. Are you a sweet girl, baby? Are you a baby girl? But yeah, this was reading with Rhea. Which also turned into story time with Stitch, because she decided to run around the apartment in the beginning rather than laying down on my bed. Which is fine. I just wanted to give y'all something to look at. And Stitch is honestly really cute. So, yeah. I have no idea how much battery my phone has, which is what I'm streaming on. But, let me know what y'all think about the book so far in the comments. I apologize for any awkward pauses. My feet were falling asleep and I was starting to yawn because it is almost midnight. And this is why I scheduled this for 11, which I will probably do tomorrow night as well. Though tomorrow I do and plan on selling jewelry at my local coffee shop, which is really, really nice. They're also doing an open mic tomorrow night, so that'll be fun. Rhea? Baby? Yeah, you're too busy. Oh, fuck yeah, the Krieger. I'll be listening. Hold on. Will you let me see chat, YouTube, please? Can I just, like, I do not want be on YouTube Studio anymore, computer. I want to be on the live stream so I can read the fucking chat. Erda Krieger says, I'll be listening into the stream, but I am going to be getting some rest. Hopefully the rest of the stream goes well, and I will be listening to the VOD later. Alright. Thanks, Erda Krieger. By the way, for those of you who will be watching the VOD later, which honestly is my plan. Like, so far I don't expect anybody to really be watching in, but, you know, if people want something hopefully nice and relaxing before they go to bed, then, yeah, reading with Rio or story time with Stitch, depending on, whether or not Rhea cooperates with me. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the book. And, oh yeah, speaking of Erda Krieger, they do really cool Twitch stuff. I'm not sure when the last time Erda Krieger was live, but, check out their channel. Their channel is cool. I think they might also be planning on doing some music later. Not sure when, but, yeah, go, shout out to Erda Krieger. Go give them a watch. Anyway, it has been about 40 minutes. I think that is quite possibly enough time. And I'm getting tired, so it is bedtime for me. Alright, well, thank you to Stitch for participating. Storytime with Stitch, aka Reading with Rhea. I know, you're a good girl. Are you a sweet baby? Are you gonna get ready for bed soon? Yeah. Sometimes if I stay up too late, and I mean really late, like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., she starts meowing at me. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's been bedtime for hours now. No. She's a sweet girl and I love her so much. She purrs like damn near every morning when I wake up. Back when my ex, and he's my ex for a fucking reason, he's an asshole. She, before I broke up with him, she would lay down on top of me in the morning. And my friend is like, yeah, she was trying to protect you. She sussed him out. And I'm just like, how the hell did I not catch that? Like, cats and dogs know shit, especially cats. Erda Kuka said, probably gonna be adding a video to the song I showed you a sample of, and then post it before I stream again. You didn't have to do a shout out, but I appreciate you sending people my way. I didn't have to do a shout out, but I did. It's like the opposite of like, what was it? It's like, but you didn't. God, what was that? What was that fucking meme? What was that meme? I forget what the meme was. But yes, oh, that reminds me, I need to go back and watch Erda Krieger's, Star Wars game VODs, because those were fun, but I missed a couple of them. God, what was it? Is the one with Cal Kestis, the first one, with, like, all the, Inquisitors and shit? Fuck, what was it? Erda Krieger, help! Which was it? Which game is it? They may not answer. Okay. Yeah, 45-minute stream, not too bad. Hopefully provides for some easy listening. Oh, Jedi Fallen Order. Although I am thinking of restarting that due to losing a couple of VODs to the void of the internet. Oof. Felt that, kind of. Actually, I'm very new to this thing. Anyways, yeah, at about 45 minutes. Good night, everybody, and go give Erda Krieger a follow on both YouTube and Twitch. I think they mainly stream on Twitch, and I think VODs go up on YouTube. So be sure to check out the Jedi Fallen Order. I know I will be, depending on when they stream. Sometimes they stream in the morning when I'm waking up. Anyway, good night, everybody. Good night, chat. Good night, VOD watchers. Good night, Erda Krieger. Good night, Stitch. And good night, my sweet, sweet baby Rhea, who's busy cleaning herself because she's a princess. She's so fucking soft. She's really good at cleaning herself. Thank you, Erda Krieger. I will see you in the morning. You sleep well. All of you sleep well. Good night.